Hello friend, this is Ryan Hicks of TauGToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about how your attitude affects the attitudes of others around you. Now this attitude can be called vibration, it can be called mindset sometimes, but the idea is this predominant way you approach life, whether negative or positive, affects others in the way they respond to you, in the way they react to you. There's so many people I've seen who go through life and they'll say, well, you know, this person's always bad to me, and this person's always a problem. It's like, but the thing is, their attitude going into those situations with those people is always so negative and withdrawn and aggressive, even when they start having a discussion with them, that it brings on the worst out of these people. Now, please understand, this is not to discount or excuse anybody else's behavior. But we can only do and control how we behave, how we act. We can't control how other people act, except in that we are always approaching life and approaching other people with a positive attitude, that high vibrational state, focusing on the good, thinking the good, expecting good from even those people. If we don't do that basic necessity, we get the problems that many people have in life. The drama, the discord, the arguments. Why are grown adults yelling at each other? Why are they not able to communicate in such a way that they don't have to get angry and frustrated? Well, because at least one of those people, most likely both of them, do not have a positive attitude. They're not in a high vibrational state. They're lower. They're negative. They're expecting the worst. They're believing for the worst, and according to your faith, it's done unto you. So many of the interpersonal problems people have in life, the relationship issues, so many of them boil down to the individuals not choosing the good, not choosing to think about those things that are lovely and of good report. You put yourself in a different position if you go through life expecting the worst. If you go through life expecting, well, this person over here is going to treat me bad. Well, this person over there, they're going to say negative things. They're always so nasty. And you go through life expecting that, what else can you receive? This is why you have to guard your heart. And this is such an important thing to note, that when you allow other people's behavior to affect how you behave, you're under those people's control. You're literally controlled by other people. And at whatever whim, however they choose to behave that day, you're under that power, under that control, whether it's positive or negative. That's a terrible place to be in. You don't want to be giving up your power and just going through life being a rudderless ship, tossed about wherever the waves toss you, going whatever direction those negative people drag you or those positive people drag you. The issue is we don't live in a world where the majority of people are positive, high vibration people. So you can't rely on other people to draw you to the right direction. They'll bring you down. They'll talk up the news. They'll talk up negativity. They'll talk up drama. They'll talk up their past and the bad things that happen to them. And they will bring you into drama. They will bring you into negativity. And in that state of that low vibration, you will drag in more into your own life. More things that are negative. More things that make you feel lower. More things that make you feel bad. But this is a choice you have. And as I must reiterate, it doesn't mean you're excusing those other people's behavior. You're not giving them a pass. You're not justifying what they do or how they behave. But you have to understand your part, your role in that situation. If somebody treats you bad and you're going in a high vibrational state, you're choosing the best, which is very unlikely in the first place, but let's just say you were, just for the sake of discussion. Then simply stop being around those people. Now you may say, well, it's my boss. How can I not be around them? Well, get another job, start your own business. Those may be extreme options. What if you just pray with a true grateful heart, thankful for your job, thankful for your boss, and believing for the best, truly from a high vibrational state. Truly believing for the best. Have you been doing that? Because if your boss is the problem, I'm going to tell you probably haven't been doing that. I can't tell you how many people I've known who had problems with people, like, were you praying for them? Well, I'm praying for them to go away. You know, they have those negative prayers that don't get answered. They're trying to curse people and push them away and cause problems with them, instead of just praying blessing and gratitude for them. But when you do have that heart and you approach life that way and you approach problem people that way, it radically changes how they interact with you. Some people have more conflicts with other individuals because they're so similar. So it's like the two poles of a magnet pushing each other away. You have to understand that. You can't rely on other people to understand this. You can't rely on other people to behave properly. You must first be in the right vibrational state, approach life the right way, and then you can get the results from other people that you want. Their behavior being the way you want. Them approaching you and treating you and respecting you the way you want. But you must respect them. You must approach them the right way. You must be focused on the good. Now, if everywhere you go, everybody's a problem, then you have to be honest enough with yourself to say, the only variable in this situation that's unchanging is me. And I'm always having a bad experience with people. I'm always having a problem with people. If that's the case, then be honest with yourself and say, I'm the problem. Now, what am I doing wrong? Now, I'm going to tell you, because I don't even have to know you, but if that's you, I already know what you're doing wrong. You are expecting the worst. You have that droopy, down vibration, that low vibrational state, and you just bring out the worst in people. Because I've seen other people who are the exact opposite, who are focused on the good. They're thinking only about things that are lovely and of good report, as Philippians 4:8 says. And they just have great experiences with people. People who are normally negative are nice to them. They treat them well. I've told the story before, but I was in a store one time and I was asking for help, and a manager was helping me and being real nice. And an employee came up to me in that store. An employee of that store. I don't know them at all. Just a random person. I can't believe how nice they were to you. They were just gushing, and they couldn't understand. This person's always so rude to everybody, so rude to customers, dismissive. But I wasn't expecting that. I was believing for the best. And I confidently, boldly walked in righteousness, believing for the best, only focused on the good, only expecting the good. And that's what I got. Now, if someone asked me about that person, oh, they're the nicest person. They were so kind and helpful. But everybody else had the exact opposite experience. And yet, those people weren't focused on the good. They weren't thinking the good. They weren't expecting the good. They were just expecting more of what they've seen from that person in the past. More of the negativity. And they expected that and believed for it, and consequently that's what they got. This is a hard lesson to learn, because people have went throughout their life blaming other people. And early on in church, they're taught that everything's happening is somehow God's will, which is ridiculous, because God doesn't say that. God says numerous times, even in the book of Jeremiah, that the sins and the evils that the Jewish people were doing, it never even came into his mind. It wasn't even a thought that they would do such evils. So it wasn't a decree from God. Everything that happens is not some decree from God. God set laws in place, the universe in place, order in place, and we have a choice in the matter. He gave us dominion. And unfortunately, many people do not use that for good. But people also are taught to blame their teachers for failing. They got a bad grade. Blame their fellow students. Then they grow up, they blame their bosses. They blame this, they blame... And there's just a blame. And then when they get older, into adulthood, they excuse their personal character flaws on their parents. Well, you know, my parents are so hard on me. And everybody's got an excuse. But you rise above that. You take this on, understand that you are the ultimate decision maker in your life. God's given you that power. And by co-creating with God, by walking with God in union with Him, the decisions you make are going to directly affect your life and directly affect the Relationships you have directly affect everyone you come in contact with. So you choose to operate in a high vibrational state. You choose to guard your heart, knowing that from it are the issues of life. And my friend, as you do that, and you know that according to your faith is done unto you, you start to experience the good life that you want, because you're only focused on the good. You're only focused on things that are lovely and of good report. My friend, that's the life you want, and that's the life you can have if you choose that today. I pray this was a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.